Buongiorno everyone, welcome to the live match review. Try and stay calm as possible throughout this one because it's obviously finished Man City 5, Newcastle United 0 in a scoreline that isn't far-fetched, isn't to not be too expected, but it's the performance again, like the FA Cup game, that's really fucking wound me up because again, it's way too bastard negative and we're seeing the team lineups, we look at the team lineups and we said this at half-time when it was 2-0 and we thought, right, we've got a right back playing centre back there. We've got players missing. We've got players shifting into these positions. It's fair enough. 2-0, it's not bad. You can make it goal, maybe get into a 2-1, try and get another one. But no. I think there's one chance Newcastle had all game, and it's a Fernandes header that's quite comfortably in Edison's hands. And from there, every opportunity Newcastle got, it was to play it backwards. It was to play the simple, easy pass. This is a team who's safe of relegation. We've got fucking now to play for but pride. And we can't do anything in terms of showing any integrity, any effort. No one was even pressing. We know Man City concede chances, make mistakes at the back. They've got Otamendi and Stones in there. The centre-back partnership that haven't played together since they got beat at Carrow Road off Norwich. Bottom of the table, Norwich, who got a result and pushed these on early in the season. Yes, Man City have been good since the restart, but Southampton beat them the other day. Newcastle never showed any intent of doing anything today, of showing some initiative, shown try and get on the front foot to play football and make something happen. We did fuck all in that game. Absolutely shite from minute go, and we just bent over backwards for them. I kind of get it. I don't know why we're playing with nerves, why we're playing just so defensive, just happy to take it a 3-0 defeat and fuck off. It was 5 in the end. It could have been 7 or 8 if Phil Foden knew where the net was.
I thought the first half at least was better than the FA Cup game. Like, we didn't line up too defensively. Like, that was like a 5-10 minute spell where we looked like we were getting into the game. I think after half an hour, the first half an hour, we were already 2-0 down. City were dominating. Then we looked like we were starting to get into it. Like I say, we had a couple of chances. There was the Fernandes header. We were getting a couple of free kicks in decent positions. I think half time might have came at the wrong time for us. Then in the second half, that was just nothing. I mean, I know you can make excuses, like there was like people tired, like Fernandes has been dying for a break for weeks now, still hasn't got it. We had Kraft playing centre-back, we were missing the leader in Lascelles, we're best players in Saint-Maximin and Almiron, Hayden. Massive change-up, but like, so we didn't expect to win this game. Like, I could have predicted we were going to get beat fairly heavily, but it's often like how, like the manner of it. Like I say, the first half wasn't bad. We can take that. If we played the same in the first half as we did in the, if we played the same in the second half as we did in the first half, we might have been okay with that. Like, it wasn't terrible, but second half we just came out like half time was full time. Like, there was just absolutely nothing. Like, some of the players just fucking don't even get started on Bentaleb. Jesus Christ, just so sloppy. Like, anytime we did try and press, we're getting forward. Passing was sloppy. We didn't look like we were going to attack their box. I don't think, like, we had one shot on target. I think it was the Fernandes header. I don't think Edison really touched the ball in the second half. And so it is like the manner of the defeat. Like, we don't mind losing if we try. I'll say first half wasn't abysmal, but second half conceding another 3 goals, just leaning over, dying, just happy to concede goals. It was pathetic, and I'm fucking disappointed in that performance. And I say, like, I could have took that defeat on the chin. I could have, like, just getting today over, band-aid, rip it off with all them players missing. I expected a defeat, maybe 4-0, but just the way we performed, like, some of the players, I'd say about, like, at least half of them players just didn't give any more than 5% today.
Stay tuned for the player ratings, but that's what I mean. It's like they came out before the game kicked off and just thought, right, we know what's going to happen. Yeah, didn't I? Like most fans knew you're not going to get anything against Man City, especially with the injuries out and whatnot. But however, it's like the players kind of go out with that attitude. They kind of go out there expecting to get hammered. They kind of go out there and not hit a pass from 2 yards. They kind of go out there and pick their heads up and look forward and try and make something happen. Just nout from the minute get-go. I'm just happy just to lay back and just see man, I see how many you can get, lads. See how many you want to put back with. And we'll happy to spend over and take it, yeah, figures. All right? We're the new prison bitch here at the Etihad. Like, these players, like we said about Bentaleb, I never want to see that cunt in a fucking Newcastle shirt again. He kind of play a pass from two. What's Nabil Bentaleb there for? Apart from looking like a fucking actor out of Taken 3. What's he there for? Yeah, kind of pass the ball, kind of tackle, doesn't get his head up, doesn't track back. He's fucking walking in the middle of the park, Shaun of the Dead, just walking there doing fuck all the entire game. Waste of fucking space. Why is Matty Longstaff on the bench? Centre mid, why is Bentley playing instead of him? Yeah. Even that Jack Young, I'd rather give someone a Premier League debut. I bet you he would have grafted his arse off. I bet he would have pressed and closed people down. It's the manner of the defeat, mate. It's like you said, I fully expect to get beat 3-4-5-0 Man City. One of the best teams in Europe, one of the best managers in Europe. But it's the manner of the defeat. If we had created a couple of chances, if we had made life difficult for them, but we just made it just plain sailing for them. They couldn't have wished for any more. They didn't even have to get out of third gear. Imagine if Man City were going to 100 mile an hour. Would have been 11-0, 12.
Like with Aguero up top.
Unbelievable.
I'm kind of speechless. Like I say, I kind of expected a similar scoreline, but it is shocking. Like I know we keep pinpointing Bentley, but there's other players to blame as well. But so is it, you see a bit of consistency in Bentley. He has been too inconsistent. Most of the games he's played for have been poor. I know a lot of people have been pointing fingers at him, saying he's not good enough. Then he'll come with a great performance, like I thought he did against West Brom in the Cup and last week against Bournemouth. He was great in those games. So you think, oh, that's the player that we got on loan. He's a decent player. If you can just keep this up, then fair enough. But then, that was his worst performance by far. And I think Kraft, for a third game in a row, actually had a decent game, playing in centre-back, out of position against one of the best teams in Europe. So fair play to him. I think Shaw started poorly, as he did in the last game against Man City, then got into the game later on. But Joe Linton tried to get into the game. I think he was the best attacking aspect. I'm not going to say a threat because it didn't threaten at all, but at least Joe Linton was trying to get into the game. Rose was poor. Shelvey, were captain tonight, were man of the match from the other day, been in great form, great consistency. He was poor the night. Fernandez just needs to get on holiday now. He needs a break. I thought he actually did okay. I think some of his tackling was sloppy. That was a foul he gave away in the first half where he just pulled back. I think was it Jesus that he just couldn't get back. He started every game since the restart, played almost every minute. He's needed a break for the last 2-3 games, bless him. And against a team like that with a defensive partner who's actually a right back, fuck me. We are lucky that it was only 5. I think Foden missed 2 golden chances. The form he's been in lately, I would have put my money on him scoring at least one of those. So we are lucky that it didn't actually end up 7 or 8 tonight.
And Newcastle ended the game with Dwight Gale, Yoshinori Muto, and Christian Atsu as our attacking options. And if that doesn't show you that this club needs a takeover, now it will. Them quality of players. This game tonight didn't even look like a Premier League match. It looked like a League Cup encounter. It looked like Newcastle were a League 2 side coming up against Man City. It really did. Non-league. It looked like fucking Grimsby Town, Yeadon, Accrington Stanley, Sunderland against Man City here at the Etihad tonight. It was fucking embarrassing. A whimpering way to go out. But we got that. I can't even, honestly, mate, fucking raging with that. I expected to be defeated, but in the manner, the performance, there's no one that can hold their head up high and just say, I won at Newcastle shirt with pride tonight. Apart from maybe Joe Linton on second half, grafting, actually coming back and tracking. But even then, do you know what I mean? Nah, not one of them did anywhere near enough. Not one of them.
As you mentioned, imagine at the start of the season. I know we started the season with low expectations. Steve Bruce has come in and we didn't sign Rondon, sold Perez and that. But can you imagine if somebody said to you, back in September, with only 4 or 5 games left of the season, we'll finish a game away at Man City at the Etihad with Muto, Gale and Atsu up top. That just shows how fucking poor things have come on. And Atsu has been froze out. Atsu hasn't even getting on the bench since the restart. Muto has been on the bench for 3, left out of 2, no minutes played. And there were options. That's what we'll bring on. See, I would rather have brought on a Jack Young or a Tom Allen, a young Geordie lad who will be dying for this chance, who will actually want to show what they can do, fight for a first team spot, of course, but also not embarrass that city, not embarrass that club. They actually give fucking more than 80% and really try. And we went with Atsu and Muto. I'm flabbergasted by that. Like, I just can't believe it. Brucey's had a lot of praise lately, but 2 games against Man City, and like, it's like the manner of it. Like they're the best team in Europe. Well, one of the best teams in Europe, one of the best in England. You go against them and expect a defeat, but as we say, it's the manner. I think twice Brucey came against Man City in the last week and a half and not knowing what the fuck he's doing.
Nah,
everything. The changes he's made and like the setup, just being garbage. Like, I thought that was probably better than the 2-0 defeat, to be honest. For most of it, like the starting, like the lineup in the FA Cup, the formation was just all wrong. I'm done.
Yeah, but what are people saying in the chat anyway? Well, we're live. We'll get a couple of your comments involved, and then we'll head off. We'll be able to play our ratings.
Embarrassing?
Yeah. Very, very, very fucking embarrassing. Absolute shite. First Shearer said it was absolutely shite. Truly embarrassing.
Bentleb embarrassing.
Check the toasty. Bentleb. I've never seen a worse performance in Newcastle shirt for as long as I can remember. The night from Bentleb. Couldn't fucking pick a pass from 2 yards, that prick.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't beat the top teams, yeah.
That pass at the end, you try to lay one off for Matty Longstaff, hit about 20 yards in front of him. Matty just stopped and looked at him and was like, what do you want us to do with that? Jesus Christ. You're saying
that's
what that one.
Over in Italy, they can pass the ball, yeah? Not seeing around out with this shite.
That's probably Matty gone now. He's probably looked around thinking, I can't get into this team because of him. Like, this is like, these are the players that Newcastle's bringing in, keeping me out of the team. Fuck this, I'm away to Italy. Less of this. Like, I can't be asked with this shit.
Why Bentley on loan is getting a game more than a local lad and Matt Longstaff who are trying to tie down? Give him some game time, see what he can do. Then he might fucking sign the contract. He's waiting for the takeover. Like every other Newcastle fan, he's waiting for the takeover. And he's thinking, I'm getting out of this shit show that there's no takeover happening. Like,
it doesn't give you any will to play, really, does it? Like when you to sign his contracts, like not getting any game time. There's shit players playing ahead of us. Brucey hasn't got a fucking clue what he's doing. Mike Ashley's a bellend. Like, why am I staying at this club? Honestly, like I'd rather go over to Italy, get an experience. He's only 20 years old. It works out for some players, like Jadon Sancho. Like people go across to Europe, young age, and really, really thrive. I think Matty Longstaff could have a very successful career in Serie A. But like, fair play him, whatever he chooses. Honestly, I can't blame him at this point. Obviously, we'll want him to stay. But when he comes on for 10 minutes, and he came on for Shelvey and Al, it wasn't even Bentleb.
Nah. What the hell, man?
Like, Bentleb actually played 90 minutes when we could have left Shelvey on, brought Matty on, Jack Young. What is Brucey thinking? Like, how can he? I don't even know. Like, Steve need to go home and have fucking strong words with ourselves tonight.
3 Steves. Oh, these Scrooges. Oh, that one time save the night. They're absolute diabolical, pathetic, embarrassing performance from Newcastle as they get beat 5-0 at the Etihad. Watford on Saturday. Can it get any worse? Surely.
You'd have thought so. Hopefully there's some players back. Like, hopefully that's the rest that a lot of players have needed. Hopefully Fernandez can maybe get a rest now. Lascelles can come back. So Maximin Almiron. We need these guys back if we want to beat Watford. And Watford's a team at the bottom. We've done okay against teams like that lately. Beating Bournemouth. Fair performances against Villa and West Ham. We need to bounce back from this well. We've got Brighton next week as well. Like, Watford and Brighton need to be statement games. We need to come back strong and fucking deliver. And hopefully, like, we need our best players back. We can't be having fucking Muto and Atsu playing again. Like, fuck that. I'm not watching a game of the season if Muto and Atsu get game time on Saturday. I'm retiring. I'm not fucking covering any more games this season. Like.
If we're going for a live watch along on Saturday lunchtime, and I've got a half day to work now, so I don't finish till 12. Rush home, and if I see Bentley is starting, cancel. Not doing it. Done. Not fucking putting myself through that shit. Let me know what your thoughts were after the thrashing against Man City. subscribe to the Magpie Channel TV. See you later. Enjoying yourselves tonight. Not after a 5-0. Ta-ra.